Hello, good evening. I just wanted to share something with whomever wants to watch these videos that I am in Richard's room, and we were together, but we had our own room where I had my books in my room and Richard had his things in his room, and this is his room that I see now, and have kind of got it where, for me, Richard's room was always like a temple. Even when he needed to have it a little cleaner than it was, I came in and I had to do some touch-ups, which I would do often, but I always looked at his room like a beautiful temple because he had such higher vibrations, and he was such a beautiful soul that even if his room was a little messy, it was still like a temple. So I see it now when I come into his room, and I do often come into his room and just kind of sit and tell him how much I love him. And I just wanted to share how beautiful his things were that he had in his room. All the pictures, like on a door, he had a picture of the river in Kauai, where we had a little acre in Kauai on the North Shore. And it's right on the Wainiha River. And this was our little tree house that was he had built. And in the summertime, we would come with our VW camper van, and it was the most incredible, beautiful summer vacation place you could ever think of, right on the river. And we'd go up in the little tree house, and Richard would just love it there. He'd set up a hammock, and he'd lay in his hammock and read his books. But he was a like a grizzly bear that just loved rivers and streams. I love the ocean. I like to go to the ocean, walk on the beach, but he loved the river, and he just loved going into the Wainiha River. And it is a beautiful, just the water is so gorgeous on your skin, and you feel so refreshed when you go into it. And I miss that so much. When we spent like 30 years doing that every summer. And this is his little display of things that he had. I put some candles here. He had candles, but I added some what I call the eternal candles. But these are just such precious things that he had. The little Chinamen and the Indians. He loved Native Americans and their culture, and of course our little bears, because we were bears. I'm a polar and he's a grizz. And I put a poem up about our dog Twinkie, and these were some of the things that he had in his room, these beautiful stones. And he had a collection of soldiers when he was a young boy, and he had a whole lot more of these beautiful soldiers, and he got really mad at his mother for giving away most of his soldiers to his cousin without his permission, and he never really forgot about that. Like that really pissed him off, and I don't blame him. And I didn't know until I was going through his things that he had put a picture of me in a frame that I found. And this was his mother's cards that he kept because she loved playing bridge. And this is a watch, a pocket watch. It's the real thing. It's not an imitation. I bought it for him almost like a year after I'd been with him. And it's real gold. I mean, plated gold. It's the real thing. And I got it for him because he always wanted a horse ranch. And on the cover of it, there are horses on it. and he hung it up, and then I put a little polar bear with it. And this is the view from his window. It's very beautiful. Could use a little more cleaning, but it looks over to the whole valley. And I bought recently this little hummingbird light for him. I thought if he ever wants to come back, that he would, just in spirit, he would like to see the hummingbird lamp, because he loved hummingbirds. And this is the numerology book. He had all sorts of books on astrology and numerology, and I was going through that. And 22, his birthday, is a very magical number in numerology. He had some crystals here, and he used to play, just light little chords on his guitar. He loved to just sit and play little soft tones on it. And when I would hear it, it sounded so relaxing and so nice. And these are all of his beautiful books. A lot of them were law books, property, income tax, landlord tenants on renting. He had a lot of law books, but there's also all sorts of books on the North American Indians, planets in transit. These are all his astrology books, Black's Law Dictionary. But he had so many spiritual books as well. And all the law books he had, You and the Law. He was a brilliant lawyer, just an absolutely brilliant lawyer. I wish I had him for my lawyer right now. Oh, boy. That would be, I know I wouldn't have to worry about anything if he were my lawyer right now. The Bhagavad Gita, the Iliad, and all of these books down here, so many of them are spiritual books. Paramahansa Yogananda, The Path to Kabbalah, and then one of his favorites was Epictetus, and the Bhagavad Gita, and Sun Tzu, the Tao, the Outlaw's Bible, Bruce Lee. He had a lot of different combinations of books, and he read them all. I mean, every one of these books he read. The I Ching, just, a library of beautiful spiritual books, and there's more in here. This is one of his little cabinets that he's had for a long time, and he brought it here. I just look, I see the things that he had in his room, like here. This was kind of meaningful to him because in Chinese astrology, he was the dragon and also the Leo. So he had, like to have paintings of the dragon, and he had this here, and then he had this mystical girl here with the unicorn. Just such precious things. I brought in this little lamp of with little bears on it, and I'll tell you, I was thinking, well, Richard, I hope you come back in spirit and enjoy your room, and just you see how beautiful it is. Of course, he was a football fan, so I put some bears here, and I have the Broncos football that I put here, and it's hard for me to come into this room. I knew this was going to happen because it's hard for me to talk about Richard without crying. I have his little bear here and his little cars and another Broncos football. He had these little cute cars, and I just miss him so very much. And I look at his room, and it's like a beautiful, beautiful temple and like a beautiful library that represented his soul. All of those books represented his good soul, his honest soul. He had such integrity. He had such integrity, so much bigger than this room. The integrity that he had went beyond this room. And I just, I miss him so very much. And I just wanted to share a little something about Richard because I've been talking about him, and I thought I'll take you into his room and give you, a little bit of an idea of what a beautiful soul he is. And I just miss him so very much. It's as the days go by, and they're going by so fast, I said to Richard in my prayer, I said, Richard, the time is going by so fast. The days are going by, and it makes me feel like I'm getting farther and farther away from you. And yet there's another part of me that thinks, no, I'm getting closer to you, because the more time that goes by, the closer I get to my time when I can be with him and be released from my body and be with him in spirit. So I'm sorry for crying, but when I see all these things in his room, I just miss him so badly. And I just wanted to share it with you.